So the book took quite some time. I actually cannot remember exactly when I started the book. I feel like really long time ago and then just let it sit for years. So I created it the first time I lived in London, and then I moved a bunch of different places, and then finally started really writing the second time in London. So it probably took me about 3 years really to really get it in good shape, and also to define the overarching ideas and, to commit to it seriously as well. So some of that time was just me not knowing that I wanted to fulfill the brief of doing the series, and then finally I put it into action. So and then the process sped up. Usually I'll write a first draft, and I let myself just write crap. If it's crap, it's fine. It doesn't matter as long as I have something. Then I go back and kind of iron through and see if things make sense. And then I send it to a couple of people to have a look at and just give me feedback. And then I do another draft. And then I find, it's helpful to send to an editor, and I usually do a couple rounds with an editor and then smooth it out from there and send it to people. And I usually use beta readers as well, so I'll try and send it out to children that it's for, so their age, and get feedback on the book too, and then rewrite based on that feedback as well. Well, you could tinker with a book forever. So at some point when it's at its best, you have to just let it go and release it, and then move forward. So it has to be in a really good form. It's got to go have gone through a professional editor. I feel like because you need to be able to see. It's after it's been through a lot of these processes of beta reader, editor, any feedback you can get from anyone else. You yourself have to feel like you like it and that it makes sense, like you've connected all the storylines and plot lines. You have to like your own writing as well. I think that's a point too. When you read it, you have to think, "Oh, I actually like reading this story." Even though on some level you may hate it because you have spent so many times reading it. That's a hard question because I quite like a lot of the different characters, and like I said, they're based on cats. I do love Chief Midnight. One of the other characters I quite like is the character of Stringer, his boss. And that particular cat is a cat that is belongs to my sister, and I kind of renamed him. And based on the way I renamed him, or his pet name, I kind of came up with a little bit of his character as well. So I quite like that, because it has a little bit of my own in jokes to myself, and it's fun as a writer to have a few in jokes for yourself. So I like Stringer as well.